just stated yesterday that one word, historic, and here it is.
Coach, you fall behind early in the second half. What was your mindset at that point? You pretty much had the game in hand early, and it slipped. You fell behind. What did you tell me when you called that timeout?
I know that these gentlemen were going to fight back because if you were watching the game yesterday, we kind of picked it up in the fourth quarter, and somehow tonight kind of started in the first quarter and playing very good ball, and then we got a little laxed and gave a few choice words that I would not repeat here, but on a one-on-one I can tell you. And these guys, I mean, like I said, it's deserving of them. We work extremely hard. People don't know how hard we work. I know, they know. They've sacrificed a lot. There's some things that they have given up as young men, missing some of football games and some other activities. But we stayed together, and our mission was to win another state title, and we've done it.
We talked a little bit earlier about this, that you obviously wanted to win the state title, but winning it and going undefeated is something you've been thinking about all year. Kind of express your thoughts on that.
I'm glad that's over. You're going night in and night out playing against, you have a target on your back, and you just, being human, you're questioning yourself, are we going to stay in that zero column under the loss column? And as a result, we did, and it's over, and I'm glad it's over.
Therell, talk about your performance. I mean, the 27 points, 8 big rebounds. Talk about the mindset coming in and just, fighting through the ankle, I'm sure was still a little tender. Just talk about the way you played tonight.
My main thing was getting up the rain for my coaches and my brothers. My mindset going in, I can't let my brothers down. We worked so hard for this. Besides me, I was the only one on the team with a state championship ring, so I can't let these boys be a waste of a trip. So that was on my mindset, to not let my brothers down. As me being the leader, the one thing I couldn't afford to do in this trip. So that was really my main focus.
And Laquincy, you were probably the most physical player on the court tonight. Where'd you get that kind of grittiness to your game and how you just brought it out tonight?
I just gotta make sacrifices for my team to win. That's it.
Javon, when you get to the bench with his second foul, talk a little bit about your thought process as far as keeping the young guys on the court in sync with you and staying positive.
Well, we've been in a position before, previous games, with him getting in foul trouble, and me being a senior leader and having experience, I have to back him up and take control of the team down the stretch.
Coach Randall, talk about the defensive effort of Jeremy Taylor on Osceola's number one. Completely locked him down toward the whole second half of the game.
What can you say about Jeremy Taylor? You saw what he displayed the night before with his defense, as well as when we were in the regional finals against Miami Central. He's a defensive specialist that gets it, and he utilizes his wingspan and his quickness, and he gets it defensively.
For the rest of the players, and Scooty, maybe you can start. Best nickname, one of I heard for a long time. So, just as far as now the perfect season, I saw a couple of the guys get kind of emotional after the game. How does it feel to go down in record books as a team to go undefeated?
It feels great. We've been working so hard day in and day out in the gym. Obviously we the hardest working team in the state. We've done stuff that people would never think of doing in the gym. And my sister got a ring, my brother got one, I finally got my first ring. Feels good.
At Ely?
Yes.
Okay.
In both games here, when you really needed a basket, you always got a layup, or in the case of Therell, possibly a dunk. How does that come about? Is that something to do with your offense you run?
Well, the situation we were in is that we were in the bonus, and we didn't need to take any jump shots. So we were directed to make layups. Because if we got fouled, we're going to the line, and they were nailing down the free throws. Or if we didn't, we were hitting layups, and that was the result of what we were doing.
Coach, about the 6 rings now that put you lose your head of your probably good friend, a little bit of rival Darryl Burrows. Both have 5, now you have 6. Talk about that and just that accomplishment and what it means for you and your career.
Well, you know, to have a 6 ring, we all know how hard it is to get one, and I don't take that lightly. I take it as a blessing, and in which I have accomplished. And the thing is when I use I shouldn't just use I have some of the great assistant coaches there is, and you know, of course, they don't get the glory as far as the media, you know, because when everything goes down, I know the fingers are going to be pointed at me, but it's not all me. We got 7 men in that locker room that has worked extremely hard, that are very knowledgeable about the game, and that has helped push me and keeping me in a position of directing these young men and preparation and getting to this point where we are.
Coach, did you get a chance, you mentioned Lawson Williams yesterday, also in the same position. Did you get a chance to talk to him after day 1 today, cross paths maybe for a moment?
I didn't get a chance to speak with him as of yet, but I will, of course, speak with him. Like I said, he's a fraternity brother of mine, and we both are at number 6. So I think it would only be right to speak with him and congratulate him, and I will.
Let's talk about how tough your teams are. Usually, right, you get teams ranked in the top 25. They usually have like a superstar player. But this is the second time you have a team ranked in the top 10 with players that are not ranked, players that are not that high major, so quote unquote. So talk about that, like how you build your teams around just believing in the system.
Well, and that's an awesome question, by the way. With that being said, is that we build our players to knowing how responsible and how important they are, and it doesn't matter about the size. You know, I got my 6'10" right here, and or the mentality of them. So we got to do the molding and also building that confidence in them. Like you said, yes, we don't have a top 10 player or a top 100 player, but we have one of the top players in the state as a team, as well as in the country. And to be ranked that high, number 6, I think that is unheard of, because you would think that you got about 9 Division I players, or you have a couple of top 100 players, but we do. We have a few top 10 players within our system.
Quincy, what's the difference between when you used to play at Palm Beach Lakes to being embraced by the culture of Ely?
Well, I just feel like more comfortable. Like he let how can I say it? I just feel comfortable around him. I don't know what to say.
Let them play. I'll help them out a little bit. Just let them play. I don't put no lock on. You know, they're. And I'm not saying that the coach did that at Palm Beach Lakes. I'm just saying I allow the kids to play. If you notice in the box, I'm not a stomping, ramping, and raging type of individual. I do that in practice. So when we get on that court, you know, let them play and keep them under control and let them enjoy the game.
Coach, if something was asked of Coach Williams about sustaining that winning and having that program, and we asked him what's the Norland way. They didn't really want to share it with us too much, but what's the Ely way? I mean,
I'm not going to share it with you.
You know, but it has to be something that you can share as far as what goes on that sustains this kind of success like you all have.
Well, the only thing that I can tell you about what goes on with the success is allowing each and every player to know how important they are to the team, and to let them know that I believe in them, not only as a player, but as a person, as a young man. And like I stated before, I know these kids will run through a wall for me, and I will do the same for them. So that's what makes it that type of atmosphere, and that successful atmosphere.
All right, guys, we got time for one more question. Take it on away.
So, Coach, when do you start practicing for the next one?
Well, that's a good question. When do we start practice for the next one? I know it won't be Monday, I can tell you that. But it'll be sometime next week. It'll probably be Wednesday. We'll unwind a little bit and enjoy this.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Appreciate it. Congratulations.